Hey, welcome back to another Heroes of the Grid deep dive. Today we're looking at the foot soldiers from the Kickstarter Deluxe box. If you've been keeping up with these videos, you know that these guys are the guys you fight against the most. So it's good to understand what they do, what it is you're going to be going up against, as well as knowing some good strategies to have in the back of your head. We're also going to be taking a look at the locations that are provided in the box and see what kind of cool abilities we're going to be working with or working against. Hang with me till the end of the video to see which of these two minions I like the most, as well as which cards are the most fun to play against. Let's get after it. We're going to get started here looking at the Tenga Warriors. These guys were super cool, especially in the TV show when they came on. I really liked these guys as a kid. Had a neat look to them. But we're going to get started with their Deadly Talons. They have 3 of these that could possibly come out in their deck. These only have 2 health, but they're a fast card. So right off the bat, you're going to be getting nailed for 3 damage if this guy comes out. So you got to watch out for that. Could be helpful if, like we talked about, you've got the White Ranger Tommy, get that flash kick in there to be able to roll a couple of dice, try to knock that out before the fight even starts. But otherwise, you're just getting hit for 3 damage. Not really any other way that you can deal with that. To this point, I know there are some rangers that'll come out that'll help you be able to rearrange some of the fight sequence. But to this point, we don't have any rangers that can do that. You also have Kimberly with her bow paired with the Megazord ability that drops a damage straight across, and then use her to take him out. Then you can avoid that damage. Otherwise, getting hit for 3, losing at least 1 card in the process. So that's a tough one with those Deadly Talons. Then you get to the most annoying card in the Tenga Warriors, I would say. Probably one of the more annoying cards in general from any of the minions that I played against, and that's the Flyaway. He's got 3 of these in his deck as well, has 3 health. And what the Flyaway does is it's going to move 1 Tenga Warrior from this location to the next location clockwise that is not panicked. Then you flip this card face down, not considered defeated. It could lead to all kinds of issues with this Flyaway. A, you want that experience. B, we want to unpanic this guy, which that could help in that case. But if you're late in the round and you have a few that are panicked, and then you get a couple of flyaways, that could end your game pretty quick if you're not able to get these taken out in time. It could also lead to a tougher fight that you weren't planning for with another ranger as it moves around. That's just an annoying one when you don't quite get rid of it. And then you've got the Piercing Screech. This is a health 3 card as well. 2 of these that could possibly show up. And then it is a guard. So a 3 health guard, and each ranger must discard 1 card from their hand when this one comes up, which obviously isn't ideal. You want to have all of your weapons at your disposal when you're fighting, and this could be especially unhelpful if you're playing against a boss. But otherwise, this card's not too difficult to deal with, especially if you got a full hand going in. Then the last cards you're going to be dealing with are the Tenga Warriors. You got the Swarm Attack. These are 3 health. 2 cards that could possibly show up in the deck. And with these guys, you deal 1 damage, increase this damage by 1 for each foot soldier in this location. We've seen this before with the putties, and this is one that could either be meh or it could be really difficult. I actually, when I was playing this last time, I had one of these pull up, and there was about 6 foot soldiers in the location. I was fighting against Finster. He had a couple of cards that added foot soldiers into the fight as well. So this showed up, and it was not good. You're gonna find with the Tenga Warriors, they're really just pests is what they are. I wouldn't say I have too much trouble with them other than the Flyaway. That one can be really brutal. What makes the Tenga Warriors extra pesky is the fact that they have basically all 3s for their health. For foot soldiers, that's a really high number. You're really hoping for a lot of 2s to show up. They've only got 3 of those that could show up compared to the other 7 that are 3s. And the 2s that do show up, it's a fast that's hitting you for 3 damage. Tough group to play against. Then for the Z-Putty Patrollers, we got the first 3 cards are the Fierce Strike. These have 3 health cards, and these guys deal 4 damage. It's not fast, so you can deal with it, try to knock them out, but 4 damage. That's brutal when you're getting rid of, for sure, 1 card. Possibly a second one if you don't get lucky with pulling a 2 or a 3 out to keep it in your deck. So the Fear Strike, don't want to be getting hit with that, especially for a foot soldier hitting for that high. That's not something you see often. You then have the Overwhelm. There's only 2 of these that could show up, 2 health, so not too tough to take out. But if you don't get it, they're going to deal 2 damage to you and skip the next ranger turn. So obviously not ideal when the way this game is set up. If you're losing turns, you're probably not taking everybody out in a fight. You need all the turns that you can get. Then you've got the next 2 cards, Self-Destruct, 2 health cards, 2 that could possibly come out. This is a passive. What this guy does is while this card is in play, each time a Z-Putty Patroller card, including this one, is defeated, deal 2 damage. So this one is great game design, I would say, but it gets you caught between a rock and a hard place depending on where it's placed in the order. So if this is the card that gets stuck at the back of 4 cards that you have to attack, well then you have to choose, man, am I going to get hit for 2 every time I take out these other cards? Or am I just going to take a turn, knock this guy out, probably get hit by another card earlier on, so we're not taking 2 damage every single time. And if you get 2 of them out there that you have to deal with, leads to tough decision making. So that's Self-Destruct from the Z-Putty Patrollers. Last card we're looking at is the Z-Shield. This is their 3 health guard card, and this guy is going to drain 2 energy from you when it goes off, which is obviously not good. As we've talked about in previous videos, energy is tough to come by, so you want to make sure you're keeping as much of that as possible. So with the Z-Putty Patrollers, as you'll notice, these guys, they hit a lot harder than the Tengas. They're not here so much to be pests, but to give you really tough choices depending on what cards come out. With the Fear Strike, can you knock this out before you get hit for 4 damage? But if you've got the Overwhelm that's out there, you're getting hit for 2 while losing a turn if you don't take that one out in time. All this with the Z-Shield, you're going to drain 2 energy. So all really tough choices to be made there, while possibly having a Self-Destruct card in there that's like, hey, over here, yeah, you can take those guys out. I know they're going to hit pretty hard, but if you take them out first, I'm still dealing 2 damage. So just tough decisions. And those are the foot soldiers. Let's get into the locations, and then we'll do some card rankings, and I'll let you know at the end which of these I like the most. So with these locations, we've got the Dockyard, and this guy at the start of each battle in this location, drain 1 energy. So that's really helpful there. Always great to lose energy at the start of every battle. Not great there. Then you got the Power Plant, which, if you could guess, at the start of each battle in this location, you get to gain 1 energy, and that's how these locations work. You're going to have one that works for the villains, and then you've got one that's going to work for the rangers. So one's losing you an energy, the other one gaining you that energy. These are going to be the locations for the Z-Putty Patrollers. And then for the Tenga Warriors location, we've got the Shopping Mall and the Stone Quarry. The Shopping Mall, at the start of each battle in this location, the lead ranger deals 1 damage to an enemy card of their choice, which can be really helpful for stopping those Deadly Talons cards when those show up. On the flip side, you've got the Stone Quarry. At the start of each battle in this location, 1 ranger suffers 2 damage whenever you start here. Apparently getting rocks chucked at you when you get in there. We're going to talk about my favorite card art and the toughest card to play. With the Rangers, I would go with my favorite card to play. With these guys, obviously, we're getting attacked by them, so I got to go with what is my least favorite, which is probably the best for the villains, I suppose. So for the card art, the Tenga Warriors have really cool art. I really like the design of the Tenga Warriors. They got a cool look. But we are going to go with the best art will be the Swarm Attack. That is just really a cool perspective from it, followed closely by the Deadly Talons. That's a cool look, but I like the Swarm Attack better. As far as my least favorite card to play against, that is easy. I hate the Fly Away card. That one becomes one of my top priorities, figuring out how I can make sure that one goes away, and we'll see about the other cards. I hate it when these guys start moving around the board on me. Really messes up the plans that I had more often than not. So that is the Fly Away from the Tenga Warriors. For the Z-Putties, these guys are okay. Their art is just fine, but I think my favorite art for them is going to be the Self-Destruct, just because that really takes me back to the original show when they first come in and they figure out to hit that Z. So they do a great job getting that in that photo. So that's the Self-Destruct. And then my least favorite of these cards to play again, that's going to be a sweep. It's also going to be a Self-Destruct. Like I said, getting put in that dilemma of, man, what do I take out first? What is most important in this case? As far as my favorite location to play with, that's going to have to be the power plant. Anytime you can gain extra energy, just gives you a lot more flexibility when you're fighting against these guys. So that's going to be my favorite. Let's get into which of these 2-foot soldiers I like playing against the most. And that is going to be the Z-Putty Patrollers. In this game, I love the card manipulation, trying to figure out the best combos. You just got the 4 cards there. If you're fighting a boss, you got a few more, but you know the goal, you got to hit the next card, get it out so you're not getting hit. But the Z-Putty Patrollers, when you get that Self-Destruct in there, that really cranks up the puzzle a little bit of, man, can I handle that? Is my deck depleted enough where if I don't take that out, I'm just going to be getting got that way? So it really puts you in a tough spot having to figure that out. So that's going to be my favorite, whereas the Tenga Warriors, they've got a cooler look to them in my opinion, but they're just pests to play against. So that's going to finish up this deep dive. If you're just finding the channel and you're a Heroes of the Grid fan, I've got quite a few videos up already with some other deep dives as well as a review of the base game. Go ahead and check that out in this playlist up here. If you enjoyed the content that you're seeing here, hit that like and subscribe button. Got a pretty active community where I'm putting up a lot of posts. Got some Power Ranger stuff on there. Got some other board game related content on there as well. So feel free to check that out, and then let me know down in the comments which of these do you enjoy playing the most, or what fits your play style the best. We'll look forward to hearing from you. And until next time, don't get got by that flyaway card and stay awesome.